Super Typhoon Pepito made a second landfall in Aurora Province. Pepito eventually weakened as it slammed into the Sierra Madre Mountains, but it still brought intense winds and torrential rainfall as it cut across northern and central Luzon. News 5's Brian Basa is in Nueva Vizcaya, where a landslide claimed the lives of 7 people. Brian, first of all, how strong was Typhoon Pepito when it made its second landfall in Aurora?
Hi, Gretchen and ladies. Napakalakas ng impact no ng Super Typhoon Pepito, especially ang term na ginagamit ng mga tao rito, tinumbok o direct hit here in Nueva Vizcaya. In fact, here in the capital town of Bayumbong, umuulan pa rin. Actually, kasasalang kala ko nga hindi uulan dahil nga malayo na ang bagyong Pepito. But here we are tonight. We are facing you again. Umuulan na naman dito. About that terrible story about the family that died in a landslide, the casualties here in the province remains at 7. So, ganun pa rin ang bilang ng mga namatay rito. The youngest victim, an 8-year-old girl. The oldest was 18 years old. And then there are 3 who survived, a couple of 40-year-olds and a 4-year-old boy. Lahat sila, itong tatlong ito, sugatan and are now rushed to the hospital. Ang paliwanag kasi ng PDRMO, bakit ba nagkaganon? They were intent on evacuating actually, yung magkakamag-anak na ito. But they did not go to a designated evacuation center. Instead, nagpunta sila sa isang lugar na parang place of worship daw. So, kapilya. And then, it turns out, that town of Ambagyo, where the landslide happened, has a rugged terrain. So, there's a high risk of landslide. And yun na nga ang nangyari, they were hit by yung pagguho ng lupa, and yun na nga nangyari, nagkaroon sila ng casualties doon. Kaya ang paalala talaga ng PDRMO is wag pupunta kung saan-saan sana, lalo na with that kind of risky environment. Pumunta lang sa evacuation center. Ladies.
Brian, it's Reg here. It's a little dark where you are. I'm just wondering, are the power lines out? Yung where you in the main city, the main hall?
Hi, yeah. Hi, Reg. It looks dark here because we're in the cities, at the heart of this, not city, at the heart of the town. Medyo madilim dito, but we've gotten reports from the PDRMO saying that power is back in the town of Bayumbong and Solano. But for the rest of the province, it's still pitch black tonight. So residents will have to depend on gensets if they have, but if not, they will have to depend on candles and other sources of light para lang maitawid itong gabing ito, because may kinalaman dyan yung mga nakita nating toppled power posts o electric posts, which medyo marami ang nakita natin. So yan ang inaayos ngayon ng electric cooperative here in the province so that they could restore power in the whole province in no time. Back to you.
Brian, I'm sure nakapag-ikot ka kanina, maybe sa main city of Bayumbong and several towns. Can you describe to us, gaano ka lawak yung destruction? Talaga bang lipad-lipad yung mga bahay, mga light materials na houses, or what else, apart from the toppled posts that you were describing?
Yes, Sean. Kanina, it's great that we were able to cross through the roads. Kasi pag look to your left, and if you look to your right, ang daming nagbagsakang puno. So, I believe that these trees were scattered on the road the night before we came here. At kaya namin siya nakita sa gilid kasi nag-clearing operations na. So, it means na kung hindi nagkaroon ng clearing operations, the towns here in Nueva Vizcaya would have been impassable, So, yun ang nakita natin, ang daming nagbagsakang puno. You see the toppled electric posts, yes, and the lamp posts, even the wires are dangling. So, at some point, our crew cab, I'm not sure if you're gonna see it on the screens, if our control room will flash that video, yung crew cab namin, kailangan maingat yung pagdaan kasi talaga sasabit doon sa pinakaharap nung kotse. So we have to tread through it carefully para di kami makuryente. So very slowly ang pagdaan dyan. And then of course, there are damaged homes kasi Most of the houses in the towns are made of light materials. So nilipad na yero ang number one na kalaban ng mga residente rito sa Nueva Vizcaya. So we chanced upon 2 residents there na ginagawa yung mga bahay nila. One of them, unfortunately, walang kapera-pera kaya hindi mapagawa yung kanyang bahay. Butas yung kanyang bubong at saka yung paliguan nila, butas ang pader. So ngayon medyo pala isipan where he will get the money, especially ang trabaho niya has something to do with agriculture, which is also negatively impacted by the typhoon. So wala siyang hanap buhay effectively. So medyo kamot ulo kung paano niya itatawid ngayon yung pag-restore sa kanyang bahay.
Yung tatanungin ko sa iyo no? Kasi alam natin na agrikultura ang pangunahing kabuhayan dyan sa Nueva Vizcaya. So how are the farmers doing? How bad is the damage when it comes to agricultural crops?
Iba-iba naman daw kasi ang kumbaga yung timing ng kanilang pagtatanim dito. May ibang nag-ani na, may ibang patanim pa lang. But what we know is, ang tinatanim dito kasi is gulay, no? May nagtatanim din ng palay. Ngayon, pag yung ang nakita natin kanina, visually is, pinadapa ng hangin, kasi literal na dapa ha, dinapa talaga ng hangin yung mga crops, and pag daw ganun yon, hindi na siya mapapakinabangan. And to think na makakapal yung nakita ko kanina na mga tanim na pinadapa ng hangin. So, ibig sabihin, more or less, maraming masasayang at least doon sa nakita nating taniman. So, we're still getting a clear amount of damage from the provincial disaster management officials since fresh pa lang itong super typhoon na ito. We hope to get that amount in no time. But as early as now, the local government is already appealing for help. So yung kanina, sa mga bahay na binanggit natin na nasira, they're asking for construction materials, also for farming input rather for our farmers. Tapos ang sabi nga, ang suggestion ni Governor, kung meron daw na suppliers ng farming equipment so that they could rent it out para makapagtuloy-tuloy naman ng pagsasaka rito.
You're making a good call out there because apart from the and water, talagang kailangan yung pag-rebuild, construction materials, plywood, galvanized steel, as well as the farm inputs that you mentioned. So a good reminder to our kapatids out there who want to donate. But in the meantime, thank you so much for that update. Please do stay dry and stay safe. Brian Basa of News 5.